Oh, I didn't have to that
All
time.
right, there we go. All right, hooligans, welcome back for another episode. Today I'm being joined remotely with my buddy from the military, Josh Sasser. He's currently where are you currently at right now, Josh?
In Sonata, Mexico.
Sonata, Mexico. So what took you over there?
Well, first, Rick, thanks for inviting me on your show today.
Yeah, no, thank
I'm
you
super
for
excited to be here. Yeah. Really, when you become disgusted with a situation, you finally make a change, and that's what happened. I was just completely disgusted with the situation going on stateside, and I love to travel. I've been around the world, so I said, where can we go with the least amount of COVID restrictions? And welcome to Mexico.
Damn right. Probably got more freedoms than we do here right now currently.
I mean, I can go walk around drinking a beer.
Well, it's like when we were back in Germany,
back.
remember? Right? Back in
It's
Germany.
just like Germany, man. It reminds me of Germany, except it's not as green and lush.
Yes, you got
There's
a lot
not
of
as much
out
beautiful houses, it's kind of like, but the people here are super nice. Cost of living is very affordable. You can live off of the coast a couple blocks for $600 a month. That's everything. So, makes it very easy to travel all over Mexico and South America. We go to one city at a time. And actually we do community work in each city that we're in through an organization called Project.Community. And we've helped some people out in Puerto Penasco. We're in Sonata now. We're going to be in Tijuana for a few weeks, helping a single mother there get her home prepared for her kids to come back into her home. So that's going to be our next project. But it's a beautiful. Sun's always out here.
That's
they
awesome.
Call it the fun side of the wall, Rick.
Yeah, hey, we got the sun out here in Texas as well. So,
yeah.
I'm in San Antonio, but this is this weather has just been. I actually look forward to a little bit of chill coming in, but as we said before, yeah, I'm sure it reminds you. I remember going there as a kid, and it does remind me when I think back, what I used to see because I was a child then, and what I experienced in Germany. There is a lot of correlation and connection to certain freedoms. Walking down being able to walk into a bar, grab a beer, and walk down the street, as long as you're not endangering yourself or others.
Yeah, they don't really care.
Yeah, it's like whatever. I remember we used to walk to the pub, and we either had
down that big ass hill.
Yeah, down Church Hill, and we used to have either a bottle of liquor and a few sodas or whatever, or we would have a case of beer, and we just walk until we got to the bar.
I don't recall anybody having a few sodas ever. Just so you know, I don't ever recall people having a few sodas going down.
Okay, well, that was probably me because I had to mix my shit a little bit. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm a wee little fella, so right. I had to slow. If I had drank the way you guys did on the way down or on the way back, I would have been too fucked up. So it didn't even fucking matter.
It's probably great that you didn't, because my tolerance now from the military is just like.
Oh no, mine is too.
Yeah, it's crazy. People are like, you can drink that much Jack Daniels. I'm like, I'm just getting started, man. What are you talking about?
Okay, so I can't do that. See, mine is still my fix is still beer, but I've been slowing down on that too because I have to. I need to and I want to, and it's
right.
But I find that if I drink clear liquor, and this is just me, I'm very level and chill the whole entire time. Now, if I drink too much beer, then I'm just like, woo, let's party. Let's get naked and run the quad. Yeah. So, but yes, it does remind me a lot of Germany, especially what we used to do, especially staying at the clubs until the pubs themselves, 4 o'clock in the morning, the clubs, 6 a.m. We'd be walking out.
And the sun would be coming up.
And the sun would be coming up. Yep.
And we got to go over there and do PT.
Yeah, we're like, oh fuck, we got PT in an hour. Let's go take a quick nap, and then we'll go out there. And then we're running 5-10 miles, and everybody's like, why does it smell like alcohol and liquor? We're like, I don't know, man.
Who knows?
But we're leading the run. Everybody else is falling behind.
Right. So we out here in Mexico, one of the cool things about it is cost of living is so cheap. And just within 70 miles of the border, you have 3 or 4 different types of cultural experiences, from like the Tijuana experience. You have then you come on down into Ensenada, and then even go an hour out of the way, you're in what's called the Guadalupe Valley, which is like where all the famous wines come out of Mexico, right? All within 60 miles. Wines, like the wines.
Oh, okay, right on.
And you can go do wine tastings. We've done some of that. That's a good time. Definitely would recommend coming down to Mexico, at least to take a look around. Once you realize how affordable it can be, thank you. You might not want to go back. Hell, who knows?
You know,
There's the way I look at it, Rick, look, there's a whole nother world to explore that most Americans will never see. And you can drive there. And it's cheap as, I was talking to one of my clients this morning. I said, you know, if you were to sell your house, she lives in about $1 million home or so. I said, if you were to sell your house and come to Mexico, you could spend $150,000, have an 8-bedroom mansion on the ocean, you know, and what are you going to have to do the rest of your life? You know, so I got tired of going to work to just pay bills. You know what I mean? And following, because this is what this guy did and that guy did, because that shit's broken. 2% of Americans don't rely on some kind of money outside of, you know, after retirement. Everybody's needing that Social Security. I have a sorry problem, or I'm sorry, guys, it's not going to be there when it's our turn.
Yeah. So,
you know, so get the hell out of there.
So, I know you've invited me out there, and I
come on, man.
I got to get my passport replaced, so I got to get a new one.
No, hey, coming south, you don't need a passport, really.
Well, to cross the border, don't you?
Oh no, they don't stop you coming to Mexico. Leaving Mexico, they stop you coming to Mexico.
Yeah,
like,
but I need mine. I need mine. Someone that's in my position. Someone in my position right now, I need it because I need to get back at a certain time.
You do have a Hispanic background too, so it might be harder for you to come across the border than me. I look like I'm from Ireland. You know what I mean? Like, no, they're strict coming back. They're very strict coming back.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, what I mean by that is because my ass is on probation. I need my passport to go back in and out.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want your probation officer finding out.
Yeah. Well, actually, he wouldn't mind. He's been cool about me traveling, so.
Right.
Yeah, and haven't had any worries or whatsoever. He's actually been great because he actually he doesn't even have me come in anymore. He's like, just do it over Zoom. That's it. So I do all of my check-ins over Zoom. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, but I do what I'm supposed to.
Thanks. Hey, thanks, COVID. Thanks, COVID.
Well, that's part of it, but that's actually not part of it anymore because technically I should be going in, but he's like, I'm not dealing with it. You guys just do it over Zoom because I'm doing everything I'm supposed to that he is required.
He wants to work from home is what it is. So yeah, you do it over Zoom.
And he does. He's
sitting there in his underwear with the dress shirt on. You don't even know.
Exactly. Yep. So, which is fine. Here nor there, but what I was getting at is, I love traveling too. Just like, well, we've both done traveling all over Europe. You've done it all over the country as well. The US. Me, I've done most of my traveling all over Europe, from Austria to Italy to France, and
we were in the same spot, brother.
Yeah. So I mean, we've done all the same places. I probably visited more countries.
Did you go to Croatia? Did you go to Croatia?
Yes, for one mission.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
It was pretty, but I wasn't there for that one. The one that you're talking about that you did, I was not there for that one. I was there for another one. I was doing a rail mission, I think is what it was.
Okay. So you didn't do the port security.
No, I didn't do the port security. No. Because you were
there. That was awesome, bro.
You were there with Billy and everybody else.
Yeah, Halsey was there.
Yep.
I seen him, man. We went over to the Super Bowl a few years ago. I love that guy.
Nice.
Yeah, he's just north of me, but I'm not going to America. I haven't wore socks since I got to Mexico. Why? You don't need to.
That's badass, dude. That is, it sounds so comfortable. Like today I got up, I had a VA appointment this morning. I got up and the shirt that I slept in, which was, this one, my new shirt that from my dog training company. And I throw on some shorts, had my flip flops on, and I was like, oh fuck it. I was like, I'm just going like this. I was like, I really don't
Right.
give a shit. I was like,
It's the VA. Pretty
Yeah.
soon you'll be wearing suspenders there, so don't worry.
yeah, right. Yeah. Well, hopefully not. Eventually, especially after my probation and everything's done, there might be a time where it comes to, unless my son wants to move here, because he does want to, but
Oh, you
for a
want to go
short
back to
period-
Germany?
Yeah, I do, man. I miss
That's
it.
awesome.
I miss
You know, I
it.
went back a few years ago, and I went to all the posts, and like where I lived in RB's condemned. They're completely redoing that building.
Yeah.
Went down to the donor shack. That was awesome.
What year?
I spent,
What year did you go back?
I think 2 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's completely
Two or-
different now. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago. It was during the Christmas market while they were setting it up, but it hadn't officially started.
Okay.
So I
like,
went, yeah.
early November, mid-November, or something.
Yeah. I was in, so I was dating a girl in England. I was at her house in Manchester. We went to Ireland, and then we popped
Excited.
over to Amsterdam, and then we went down to Germany. So it was a good little experience. I love
Yeah.
Europe. Yeah.
I love it there, man. Only there can I do a blind booking where I pay, what, 100 euro round trip to go to another country for a few days and then come back. Here,
Right.
$100 won't even get me the ticket to leave the fucking airport.
I mean, if you go on like JetBlue or something, maybe.
Maybe,
Something cheap.
but then there's all those other extra fees that they tack on.
During the pandemic, we flew from, and we went from Nashville, Tennessee to Las Vegas, down to Denver, and then back to Nashville. And I think all it was $300 for all the tickets, airfare wise.
How many people?
2.
Oh, that's okay. That's really, really good. That's really
I know it was so cheap back in the day, man. And now that the airplanes are back open, I don't know.
And I also
I
have
hope
to
that's not a
my
mistake
dogs.
there. Oh yeah.
I got two.
Yeah.
I got 2 large dogs. Well,
Do they fly in cargo?
one of them will. The other one
Yeah.
doesn't. The other one is
Yeah.
my service dog that I've been training.
Right.
So, but the other, I'm training them both to be my service dogs, and I am not gonna do that to people. I'm not gonna take 2 dogs on a fucking plane. Half the time I don't even put one of them on there with me. I just you can go underneath. I've got
My dog is with me too. My dog and cat traveled. I couldn't bring my reptiles. I had a couple snakes back in Tennessee. They couldn't cross the border with me.
I remember you telling me.
But yeah, man, I got my animals go everywhere and they love it. They love it. It was a long ass car ride with a 90-pound dog. I'm in a big F-150, but it was still a long ass car ride all the way across the country. And they were the best behaved. That cat wanted to sit on my lap. It's my daughter's cat. I'm not a cat guy, but my daughter loved it. So I said, I'll keep it. So now it's in Mexico with me, trying to escape. It's crazy. That cat loves being outside, but I'm scared. Like there's some dogs out here that are just strays.
Oh, well, they're everywhere. It's like being in Iraq again. I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean,
One of them could
and
get in the fence.
And not to disparage any Mexicans or to say anything bad, but Mexican people aren't exactly known for saying, "Oh, dogs can live in the house."
That's true.
So
they hate that. They absolutely. I have a friend. Her name is Maria, and she said, "The dogs cannot come in my house." Like she looked at me like I was crazy when she seen that I let Jack in the house. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like letting a cow in your house or something. You know? Like,
no, this is family. This is family, motherfucker.
This is my son. He understands about as much English as you do, sweetie.
Yeah, if not better.
Yeah, I mean, she is a very fluent. She's an English teacher, so it's cool. She's a really good lady. Yeah, and she helps out a lot. One thing down here, like you can hire people to work for you for about $10 for the entire day.
Oh, that's the same thing in here in San Antonio. You just go to Home Depot and you find.
No, I mean, yeah, I see, but here they're everywhere. Like,
yeah, but so you want some work? Yeah, hop in the back.
Yeah, that's how it is here, right? Like, but they're everywhere. You just open your gate.
Yep.
This guy in Puerto Penasco, if you go back and watch the snap, it's Apex Sky 2020. Oh, I don't think you can see it anymore. But he literally told me he would pull every weed in my yard for a bowl of ranch dressing. that I make that homemade ranch dressing, with the mayonnaise and the milk. So it's good ranch dressing. He'd never had it before.
Damn.
We were,
Dude.
yeah. Hey, bro, we were handing out showers and ranch dressing in Puerto Penasco because people don't have running water there. So we
Oh,
bring them over, let them shower, give them some ranch. That before they got a shower, they had to taste the ranch, and we recorded their reactions. It was amazing.
that's awesome. All right, so let's jump into it. I want to ask you. All right, so how is it you can afford this lifestyle, and what is, because I know you have a business.
Mhm.
What is it exactly, and how are you able to conduct it with all this traveling and everything? And how are you, or keep keep up, operate?
Sure.
And when did you
Well,
get started? I'm sorry. When when
so
did
we
this start?
started back. I started literally. My career started about 15 years ago as a door-to-door sales guy. And I was selling cable door to door for various cable companies, the major ones in the country. And I was very successful. They made me a director, and I moved up. And I got to meet this guy who was my mentor. He passed away this year in January, out of nowhere. His name was Bill Rowland. And Bill said, "If this is what you got to do." He always said, "Success leaves clues." Right? That's one thing he really impressed upon me, was that success leaves clues. And he said, "You need to read more books." He said, "Read books." And he gave me a book. I have that book right here. It's called Think and Grow Rich. All
Okay.
right. You can get it for like $5 on Amazon. It's 15 chapters long. It's a very quick read. It was written in 1927. It has people, the founders of the country in here. I have about 15 copies because I've been reading it so long. But that's the book that really started, because what that book showed me was how to actually set a goal. Because when I got out of the military, I was kind of just like a ship spinning around in a damn circle because I had no direction, no aim, no really anything. I had a bag full of pills from the VA, but that's about all I got when I left the Army, and a couple $100 a month. So this guy impressed that upon me, because he built a company. He sold it for $129 million, actually, right there in Dallas, at the FW. His office was on the Texas Motor Speedway. 2020 Companies is the name of that company. He's no longer part of it,
Oh,
obviously.
going north of Fort Worth in Harlan.
Yeah, on the track. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, my
So,
sister lives like 2 exits away from there.
yeah, man, I got to drive his Lambo on that track. It was amazing. Yeah. Yeah, my heart kind of, that wasn't the day I decided I loved it. Anyways, back to where we're going. So I did this road gig for about 6-7 years. Had guys from Seattle to all the way down into like into Georgia, like Savannah, Seattle to Savannah. Had offices in Texas, California. I didn't really go north because I chose not to. I had an office in Minnesota, but I was all over. So I was on the road 300 days a year. My kids started to grow up to the point where they were like, "Dad, we miss you." And that ended that. So I had to figure out another way to generate revenue where I could do what I wanted to do, and that was spend more time with my children, okay, while they were growing up, so I could be around them more. And really, where I lived in America, no, man, there was no job that really paid over $16 an hour for somebody that didn't have a college degree, right? I was the number one sales guy for several different companies. It doesn't pay to be the number one sales guy in a corporate company, because you're just paying the price to climb that chain, right? So I realized early on, well, that I would have to start a company when I came off the road. I did all these executive sales jobs. I was making decent money, but not the money that I was used to making. And when you take a $40,000 or $50,000 pay cut, that's a big deal on the lifestyle. It's hard to deal with. So I looked up one day out of the blue. I looked up how to build a spaceship on Google. And you know what Google gave me? 12 blueprints on how to build a damn spaceship.
Really?
See, yes, sir. So, yeah, 12 blueprints. So I was like, well, if I don't like it here, I could build my spaceship and take the fuck off, right? Or I could use Google to figure out the easiest way to make money online. And let me tell you, first of all, there is no easy way to make money online, okay? That's number one. You have to be consistent and persistent and consistent. I mean, that's the key to making money on the internet. But how much money is spent on the internet every day? Every day, how much money is spent on the internet? You look it up. Use Google, right? Don't ask me. You look up that statistic so you can learn how to use Google if you don't already know. But there's way more money spent on the damn internet than at Walmart every day. And the cool thing about the internet is it's all over the world. And there are tools in place like Amazon where you could sell in 10 different countries and they have 10 different warehouses. And if you're selling in China, guess what? The shit's already coming from China. So just put it there. It's so cheap.
Yeah.
Right? So much money. But people don't see that yet. So there's a window for everything. That's what I like to say. There's a window for everything. And right now is a good window for people to get into an online business, or maybe not even an online business like an e-commerce website, but a coaching or they'd have an idea that would work online. And, there's so many ways to make money online. I mean, have you heard of OnlyFans? Toes and buttholes, bro. Toes and buttholes. People are making money with toes and buttholes. Okay? I'm just being honest there.
But it's true. But it's true. And that's why OnlyFans went back on the restriction of
they did
content real quick, because they're like, oh shit, we're already losing money. We're losing billions probably.
Right.
We're gonna put it back in. You're allowed to do adult content. Got it. Okay.
Hey, don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. You can put your buttholes. The toes we weren't cutting out. And that's true.
Yep.
One of the people that I work with, we have this running joke. She'll do like TikToks of her feet or Snapchats of her feet, and she'll get 1 million views on them. Just her feet. Right? And it's like, are you kidding me? And that's another thing, another easy way to make money online, content. Once you get traveling and you get into something that Americans aren't used to living or seeing, they like to live through other people vicariously because they're in this mad position where they're working a job, which means just over broke, okay, instead of something that they want to do. See, yeah, that's what that means. Remember that.
I'm going to remember that. It's funny that you bring that up right now, especially in today's climate, in today's atmosphere, and especially because, COVID and everything. I was just watching this thing with, oh God, what's his name? John, the guy from Bar Rescue.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name. I don't watch TV.
Yeah, my sister sent me this video and he was talking about, he goes, you could have asked me 2 years ago. He goes, asked me 2 years ago what the number one job would be to make great money. And he goes, I would have told you engineer, or the top three. He goes, I would have told you the top three: engineer, right? He goes, right. Today, he goes, I'm allowed to change my mind. He goes, today, the number one job that employers are looking for, and for you to make the best money, people that can create content, advertisement, 59-second videos, and get the attention of others for that business, for that person. He goes, that's right. The number one money maker. And I'm like, right. Holy shit. I was like, he's right.
Well, I mean, on content creation itself, we work with clients that will pay $500 a minute for completed content, and they do 15, 20-minute videos into 3 or 5, 10 different videos, yeah. But they'll buy that much up at one time and then pay $500 for complete the video being done with a voiceover, music, all editing done. $500 a minute.
God dang. And
easy cheesy.
Yeah, and that's what I've been working on is perfecting my editing skills. Being a dog trainer, it can be very there's times, especially with how I am with my internal stuff going on, I can get very tired easily. So I do a lot of dog training. And I remember my sister told me, she goes, my brother and my dad were talking, and I guess maybe my brother had supposedly made a comment that I should get a real job. And my dad, our father, my adopted dad, looked at him and was like, dude, you know how much people spend on their dogs? He goes, that's really good money. And it's easy, well, not easy for them, but if you know what you're doing, it's not
right.
But it can be a little stressful and difficult. But yeah, people spend a lot of money on dogs. I mean, I just had someone, I have clients spending was it $1,500 for 1 week with me, 2 dogs, 1 week. Now we're not done with the training. We're still got more to do. But there's a lot more that has to be done, but it's still, that's the board and train. And then I also have, I have people that are spending, right now, $320 for 6 weeks, 1 week, 1 class a week, whatever.
Right.
Now there's definitely cheaper out there, but I am the individual trainer. I come to you and that's it. You're not coming.
Right. You're providing a convenience. You're saving them time.
Exactly. And I'm on, and I work with their schedule.
Right. Yep. On demand. And the more people you help get what they want, the more you get what you want, man. That's how it works.
Exactly. And especially if they're my only client that day, then I can stretch out the time frame, how long we're together. And I don't mind doing
but I think that loses value, will cause your brand to lose value, because then your time is
and I've
valuable.
been researching it, and you're right. Yeah. And it can.
Because the way you provide value in a service industry is by, my time is short, I have another client. My time is short, I have another client. My time is short. And it's hard to do because with my clients, I mean, we do what we call hour plus call. So they know they can take advantage of it. And sometimes an hour call will run into 2 hours and you're right in the middle of teaching them how to do analytics or something as basic as how to do something on Facebook, right? Yep. But they don't catch on, and you just have to keep going and going and going. And it can get, but time, that's the key. The way you build rapport today is no longer showing you pictures of your family and your dogs and your cats. It's, my time is more valuable than yours. Yep. And you can't say that straight out without being a dickhead. So you got to say, hey, I got to go. It's 3 words. So butter well. It's over.
How do you tactfully and politely say that we're going over time, so I'm going to have to charge you?
Well, that's the key. Like what I do is with my clients, they know they have an hourly rate. They get so many hours. And if they go over those hours, they're going to get a bill. And when they get that bill, they pay that bill. And I just started a company. I went to college for special education, dropped the fuck out because that I realized real quick was the biggest Ponzi scheme ever, because people say knowledge is power. If knowledge is power, then why are all these college professors on EBT and food stamps? It's not knowledge is powerful, Rick. It's organized knowledge. The dean of the university is not, what is he? He's rich. He's loaded, right? The dean of the university is over a group of organized knowledge. He's not over a single area. That's why the English teacher doesn't make much, because doesn't pay much to be an English teacher. Yep. But if you were the dean of all the English teachers, now you have a different position because you're in charge of an organized section. So anyways, yeah, I just decided on my hourly rate because I looked at what other people were doing and I said, I have to at least be able to pay my attorney fee. Yeah. He charges $350 an hour. So I normally charge $351 an hour just to make sure he's paid for. And they'll do it because we have a great reputation. They know that we produce results. We have a track record in the industry now. We're one of the longest lasting, non-sued, 5-star, no complaints companies out there. And we do that by providing exceptional service, That's the key. Great. But your time is limited though. Remember that, man.
So what exactly is that service then?
Anything online, any kind of online solution, from automations to analytics to marketing, anything that has to do with online. We have developers here for Facebook, Google, YouTube. We've got one that's about to be a developer for TikTok, so we've got a lot of different, it's a think tank for online. So if you have a problem, let's say you run an online store and you don't want to keep up with your inventory. You want it to be automated through your supplier who uses a completely different system. So what we'll do is we'll build a solution, a custom app, a private app, depending on where you're going, that connects their information to a central database that we can then format to go into the database in the format that we need it. So it's every 5 minutes, it's updating, right? Nice. Across the board, stuff like that. We develop websites. So we work with the AMVETS of Tennessee. We work with the Capitol Police out of Washington, D.C., FOP. We have some clients like that, right? That do very, very well online selling challenge coins.
Holy smokes.
You know?
All right.
Yeah. So you go online, figure out what you're going to do, and then you just decide and start, whether you're ready or not. That's the first key. Most people, instead of starting right away, they come out with all these reasons why they can't start right now. But if you have a plan, start right fucking now. Stop making up the excuses. Well, I need to look this over. I need to do this, or I got to sign up for this, or I need this. Bull fucking shit, dude. I was moving to Colorado in January. I got into a relationship with a girl. My whole plans changed. Look, that girl broke up with me at the end of June. By the end of July, my ass was in Mexico because you start a plan, whether you're ready or not. I come here not knowing a lick of Spanish by myself. And now there's 2 other people here on the team from America that's been watching the content, man. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
I remember, and I remember when you first left to go out there.
It was a hell of a drive.
Yeah.
A hell of a drive, brother.
Sorry, my dog is trying to snuggle up in my lap, and I'm like, "You're too big right now," and there's a table.
You're too big. You're too big.
Let's. Dankeschön.
I'll listen to that.
Yeah, well, I got one that understands English. I got the other one that understands German. So
That's good.
I do, but I'm trying to.
You know, I catch myself out here mixing German and Spanish. Like I came up to a driver the other night. I was like, "Sprechen Sie?" I was like, "Oh fuck!" I mean, hablo.
Habla español, English.
See, man, it was hilarious. Dude looked at me like, "Are you smoking crack? We're in Mexico."
Like,
I'm like, "Oh, yeah.
So you know what, and I'm glad you said. So for the longest time, years, and I'm embarrassed to say it, but years. That's what I did that as excuses. I have been wanting to do this podcast for a long time now. For about well, it hasn't been a year yet, but probably about 7-8 months. I've been wanting to do this podcast. I've been wanting to do a podcast and get my business up and running for my canine business for years. And I came up with reasons why I was like, I'm not ready. I don't have this. I don't have that. And then I just started doing it because I started with a friend on his podcast, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was like, I don't need to have merchandise. I don't need to have a cool name or a cool ass logo. I can build all this up as I go along. And of course, once I started, then everything started filling in real quick.
That's the way it works.
And
you gotta start.
I'm like, I'm kicking myself in the butt because I'm like, I'm about to be 39 and I'm just now starting this. I'm like, I could have started this back in 2012 when I first got out. You know,
well, the great news for you, listen, the great news for you, Rick, is Colonel Sanders. You know who Colonel Sanders is, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how old he was when he got started?
He was in his 80s, late 80s.
No, he was 65 years old when he got his first franchise. And you know where his first franchise was? You know how he got his chicken even started? He was knocking on doors. Hey, you want to taste my chicken? You want to taste my chicken? Handing that shit out for free, because you hand it out free before you give out your best content for free, so that you can even get people to come and look at you. Because if you're giving out your shitty content, nah. But 65 years old, he got his first franchise. You know where his first franchise was?
Huh.
It's like a little KFC museum now. You can still get KFC there. It's in Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah.
No shit. I'm actually
seriously.
I've been planning to go out there because I'm going to go see my friend. I've been wanting to go see my buddy John and Vincent that live out there. So.
Well, let me tell you, I love Salt Lake City. I was doing door-to-door there. That's a great city to do door-to-door sales in, because they send their kids out to do door-to-door for Jesus. All right. So when you knock on their door, it's always the same. They got the picture of the prophet. Always like, "Do you read your scriptures today?" "No, could you read them to me?" You know, like, hopefully you didn't get to do this stuttered, because you'd be there all damn day.
Yeah. Oh God. I see. And I don't know if I could do all that. I don't know if I could do all that, but
you know, though, that was I was making like $5,000 a week knocking on doors.
Seriously?
So I could, yeah. Yeah, man, you can make a lot of money. You just got to get out of your comfort zone. There's no growth in a comfort zone, right?
No,
So if
and
you're sitting in,
and that's 100% true. And you're 100% right. And, you know, and that's why I said that I finally said, screw it. I'm going to start recording and just see what happens.
exactly.
And you know, what's weird is that I'm usually easy about getting out of my comfort zone. I've done it with videos, like with Drew Hernandez from A Combat Veteran. I dressed up in drag. I freaking, I don't know if you remember
You get out, baby.
that 4th of July video I did back a few years ago with him.
I do. I remember those videos. Yeah,
I was in a romper and a gray hair wig and fucking, yeah.
I remember that now that you brought that up. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm usually okay acting a fool when I have other people around me, but when it's just me talking, number one, I don't like how I sound on camera. Even though I've been complimented on it and they're like, you sound like an actual.
Hey, well, let's stop right now. Then. Why don't you like how you sound? Somebody said something to you at some point that made you think something.
No. That was actually all on me. I've actually had people tell me that I actually sound good.
You sound
when
good.
I hear it, I'm just like, I was like, I don't like how it sounds. But for most people, they don't like how they sound when they listen to themselves. But I've actually had people tell me, they're like, hey, I heard that interview you did. You sound really good. You sound like, you know, someone that belongs on radio. And I'm like, all right, great. But I want to be on camera. I love entertaining. I love entertainment. I used to do occasionally the open mic night comedy stuff because I wanted to start doing that. And then COVID took over, so I had to stop.
Right.
And then, I want to do my own videos, but, you know, it's hard. It's not hard. For me, it's a little difficult because I have to do everything myself and then jump in front, back and forth. And then with my dyslexic ass, I'm just like, what the fuck did I just do? What scene am I at? Shit. I'm like,
Yep. And there's that reason right there that stops most people.
Exactly. And I'm not trying to let it. It's just that, you know, after a while, I'm just like, okay, I got to pick back up. I have to go and review the clips. And I'm like, okay, there. Okay, this is where I'm at. All right, let's go jump back in, you know, and get back on track.
That's how I learned to do this business, man. Making mistakes. I think that's the number one way to success is instead of looking at it as a mistake or a failure as something bad, that is actually the most positive thing that could happen to you because you're not going to do that shit again.
Well, someone once said that making mistakes isn't failure. What did you learn out of failing? Well, I learned 100 ways not to do it.
Right.
And so
right.
You failed.
Oh my God, dude! You
failed 100. You failed 100 times, succeeded 5. What did you learn? Well, I learned 100 ways not to do it.
You just took me back to the beginning of my company, brother. Like I failed so much. Once I decided, though, I remember the day I decided to start this company. I was at lunch with my now ex-wife. We were having lunch. We had just bought a new truck, and I was doing this sales job at a well-known cell phone company. I was their number one sales guy. And yeah, look at that.
I stole it from one of the bars, and I stole it from one of the restaurants or bars in Germany.
I still have some, man. And down here there's a bar that serves them in that, and you can drink 1 or 2 Tecate, done. It's not 13%, but anyways, I told my ex-wife, I said, hey, listen, I'm not going back to work. I'm starting my own company. I said I can make more money picking up. I was so disgusted, man. Just like, you know, when a fat person decides to get skinny is when they're so fucking disgusted with being fat. Jenny Craig ain't going to help them. You know, all these diets ain't going to work. Maybe crystal meth would work, right? But these diets don't work because they're not disgusted. They think they can get something for nothing. And that's the problem in America. I call it whiffle. I think it's a disease. It's called what's in it for me, right? What's in it for me instead of what's in it for everybody else. It's always about what do I get? What do I get? What do I get? You know? That's one thing I love about Mexico. They help each other like crazy.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you hear all this bad news about the cartel on television. Well, let me tell you, there are cities in Mexico that the government has completely abandoned, and those cities wouldn't operate today without the cartel being the government there.
And probably taking care of them better.
They do. They give these old women water. I've seen 80-year-old women carrying water 2 miles because they don't have their own water at their house. They have to go up to a community spigot. And they've been doing that for 40 years, 50, 60 years. You know what I mean? That's part of the daily routine. Go get your water to cook with, your water to bathe with, your water for everything in 2 blue buckets. You get 10 gallons of water a day, and it's dirty. You can't drink it.
You got to cook it before you can even wash it.
Even so people say don't drink the water in Mexico. Mexicans say I don't drink the water in Mexico. I swear to God, bro.
No, that is true. No, I do remember that. Same thing. It's like the same thing in Houston back in the 80s and early 90s. So
like Flint, Michigan.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, like same quality.
Yep.
But yeah, man, start an online business. Get out of your comfort zone. That's how you make money today. Because if you just have a little scoop up in that internet, you're gonna make a lot of money. It don't take much.
Well, I'm gonna pick your brain about that and learn, because I want to get I do want to do that. I want to I'm ordering more shirts here soon. And I know a lot
how much you sell, how much are your shirts? How much are your shirts right there?
This one's going for 30.
Well, I'll tell you what, for everybody
that's because it's got color, it's all color and everything.
Hey, I don't care why you're overselling it now, but I will, for everybody that buys a $30 shirt from you off of this podcast today, that uses the code Apex Guy 2020 at checkout on your website, I will match that $30 to a single mother up here in Mexico that has kids and no support. That's 600 pesos. That's like almost more than they make in a week. So for every shirt that you sell, I will match that. I'll take pictures. You guys can see it. I'll send them over to you, Rick, so you can put it on your website.
So I'm actually working on the website now. I will put it on the page for the Spartan page. I'll put it on there. But what do you say? Apex Online 2020?
Apex Guy 2020
is
on Snapchat.
So your Snapchat. Okay, cool.
And also Blessed Nomad on TikTok. You guys need to check that out at Blessed Nomad.
I'm going to tag all your stuff.
Yeah, that's.
But I want you to advertise it yourself as well.
Yeah, at the Blessed Nomad, you're going to see all kinds of adventure stuff, all kinds of traveling. We were at the Baja 400 on Saturday. Fucking trackside, bro. So I seen all these motorcycles coming past, right? Like, where? Oh, no big deal. And then the first truck comes out. It's what truck do you think would be winning the Baja 400? If you could guess any American brand. Let's see if you get this right.
Oh shit! Hey, are you talking about the oh God, Bob? I have a friend of mine, my best friend and her neighbor. They just raced in one.
It was this weekend probably.
They do it all the time. They go to Baja, they go to California, they go everywhere.
Yeah, it's the desert race series.
Yeah.
Bro, I was on the side of the track. Over the hilltop comes a Red Bull truck, number 1. I see my life flash before my eyes, like, oh my God. Are you kidding me? This big ass truck heading right towards me, right at the right moment. I was like, we got to move behind these rocks. Yeah, man.
No, they actually do it. They drive from out of here to San Antonio, and they go out there and they go and race, and he races these. He's got like this $100,000 freaking ride that is just tricked out to. I mean, it's just amazing.
It's a truck, a big truck.
Well, yeah, it looks like a dune buggy almost, but it's like,
yeah.
I mean, it's massive, right?
Bro, check it out. A couple. If you go on Blessed Nomad on TikTok, you'll see a couple videos ago. It was pretty fun. That was Saturday, so that's pretty recent. But yeah, for anybody that actually, let's make this a little easier. So anybody that sees your podcast today and goes on to the TikTok and messages on any video, the name of your podcast, I'll throw another $30 out there to some single mother.
That. That's awesome.
Single mother. So that's all you guys got to do, man.
What I want to do is I'm going to make sure that, because I'm actually sending out some shirts tomorrow to a couple of people, and I will make sure that that way it's confirmed. They snap you with them wearing it as well. That way,
yeah, hell yeah.
And then with the hashtag Apex Apex Guy 2020, Spartan Canine, Hooligan, Lone Star Hooligans as well, with all 3 hashtags. And then they will we'll make sure that they confirm, that you're seeing it and everything. And man, that's really awesome. That's really generous of you. Thank you so much. And
no, man,
I'm sure
let's
those
help
people
people
out there are gonna help. Is gonna be great.
Hey, like I told you, the more people we help get what they want, you always get what they want. You always get what you want, right?
Yep. No. Yeah. Definitely.
So I love to help people for a very selfish reason, because I know I'm going to get what I want at the end of it.
And and me too. But in that what
blindly just blindly help people. I'm not saying go give all your money to homeless people. But let me tell you, it takes just as much money to be or effort to be homeless as it does to have a home. The same amount of effort.
Yep.
Right. Think about it. Like, I think it would be harder to be homeless than it is to have a home. I mean, how hard would it be to keep clean clothes? Motherfucker, that'd be hard. You have to wait for the rain, use that grate where all the sewer water runs in, maybe got some OxyClean. I don't know. I don't want to do it.
No, I don't want to do it either. No, hell no.
I also don't want to smell bad, so I'd rather just pay the bill and have a house.
There we go. And plus,
some people love it, though.
I need a place for my kid to come.
Right? A big place on a beach somewhere where he can get all kinds of pussy just waiting to get laid.
Well,
just saying,
you
he's a boy.
fucking sold me there. Let's move to Mexico. Hey,
yeah.
Zoe, we want to move to Mexico?
You'll feel like Scarface down here, bro.
God. No, I ain't trying to do that.
It could don't burn a candle from both ends. These girls are smart.
Oh.
They have it's like they're all connected to some WhatsApp group that's all connected to another WhatsApp group. So they're sending the pictures through all of Mexico. Like, are you fucking this guy? No. Are you fucking this guy? No. Are you? So you get caught real quick
in a small village, in a small town.
Bro, I'm in a town of 500,000 people right now.
Shit, they all know who you are now.
Hey,
especially when you're the only weirdo around. Especially when you're the only white boy.
I had a girl bust from Tijuana to here, and the other one knew it. Like, how the fuck did you know to show up here? Like, that was awkward. It was like signing a local national on.
She's like, I could smell the whore. I can smell it.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's good. I'm sorry, they're recording me over here on this side too. So
are they?
We're gonna do.
Can we say hi to your team?
Well, they're not really dressed right now to come on camera because we work from home.
No, that's fine.
So
no.
Aaron definitely won't come on camera. We might can get Bubbles out here, but I doubt he's gonna come out.
If we can get them tagged, if we can get your team tagged on the
Project.community. Okay. That's where you want to tag for the thing, because Project.community got started 2 months ago when we arrived in Mexico.
I have that already. Yeah. So I want to acknowledge your team as well.
Yeah, they're good people. Aaron is great. We've got Bubbles inside. He can play music.
I met both of them the other night, didn't I?
I think you did meet Bolas. Yeah. Yep. She just got done doing yoga, and she's not prepared to be on any kind of podcast. I threatened him though. I'm like, I'm gonna record your ass, put you on this podcast, and Aaron's like, go ahead, do it. I'm like, nah, she don't want to be on here. Do you want to come talk about your? Do you want to come talk about your organization?
Yeah, let me get a hat.
Hurry! She's gonna come talk about Project.change with you for a few minutes.
Oh, I would love that. That's great. Yeah, definitely. I would.
Yeah. So she'll come out and talk to you about that. I know that Bubbles is busy. Bubbles actually takes after the Trailer Park guy from Trailer Park Boys. If you've ever seen it, that's where he got his nickname. But we come to Mexico, and like day 2 that we get here, we go to a barbershop, and he speaks no Spanish. And I'll leave the barbershop, and I'm like, just do what you want to do. And I come back in, he looked like Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. Like, he looks straight like that dude. So
that's fucking hilarious. Oh my God.
But we call him Bolas still. Yeah, he's a good kid. He doesn't really know. He doesn't know life yet. He's at 20. He thinks he knows life. He just bought his first legal beer here in Mexico. I was with him. He bought some Tecate Light. It's like near beer, nearly 3.9.
Yeah.
Right. So she'll be right out to do this. Bolas is out here, but he's not. You can't get on camera like that.
Well, as soon as
you can't dress up. You need to go dial numbers.
As soon as she sits
Okay, we'll
down,
keep
I'll
doing
ask
that.
her the questions. As soon as she sits down, I'll ask her.
Yeah, we got an hour left or so. So, hey, one more thing I want to say before we get off. I mentioned that one book, Think and Grow Rich, right?
Yep.
There's another really good book that will kind of like kickstart your ass into place. It's by a guy named Sean Whalen, who used to be, I believe he was a special forces guy. And it's called How to Make Shit Happen. I know this is $5 on Amazon, okay? And this book will teach you the 4 areas of your life. And I didn't write this. I don't know Sean, okay? But he's a podcaster just like yourself, a business coach. And he started this group called Lions Not Sheep. I have nothing to do with them. I'm not in the group. But this is a very powerful book to take all that crazy shit you're dealing with and put it into 4 areas every single day. So at the end of the day, you're only working on 4 things. So you have this whole, it's like eating. Most people look at an elephant, they try to eat the whole thing all in one bite. You can't fucking put an elephant in your mouth. I don't care how big of a dick you can suck, right? You can't put a whole elephant in your mouth. So what this book is to teach you, you see the elephant and it teaches you how to cut it into small pieces. $5 on Amazon, very quick read. Follow the instructions and you'll see success. So I'm going to let Aaron get on.
What's the name of it again?
How to Make Shit Happen by Sean Whalen.
Sean Whalen. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see the name on that. Hold on.
How to make
SEA. Okay.
Yeah, shit. How to make shit happen. Amazon is $4.99. I had this. All my employees had this. Did you ever get one of these? No, you were after that or before that. So this was. We started with this book. We do this book 3 times a year. We have this book as a supplement. It's going to tell you some stuff like, hey, guess what? You're not big boned. There's no such medical condition as big bones. You're fat. Go to the gym, right? That's what it's going to teach you. And it will give you motivation to why you should go do that. But anyways, I'm going to let Erin go with her project.community. So it was good seeing you, Rick.
Hey, good YouTube, brother.
Get him on. Hi, Rick. How you doing?
Good. How are you? All right. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself, how you got started, and what you're going to tell us about.
Yeah, my name's Erin, and how I got started is it's actually from life experiences. I've been rich, I've been poor, I've talked to everyone in between, and I just love learning about people and their cultures and their communities. So I've actually come down to Mexico with a very important question. The question is, how can I make your community more beautiful? So I started project.community. And what I do is really just befriend the locals. And we get talking usually about fun things because, you know, people need to feel comfortable to talk about what's really what's really going on in their lives. So I ask as many people as I can, how can I make your community more beautiful? And from that, they do start talking about water issues or sanitation issues or things that are really impacting their lives. And what we're finding is a lot of the things that we as US citizens take for granted every single day, like water, is a very, to us, inexpensive fix. But to them, it would mean the world to them, and they just can't afford it. So we're trying to come up with solutions. We're trying to come up with solutions on how we can help these people and help as many people as possible. So we're turning to the internet or using social media just to make people aware. I mean, these are our neighbors, these are our friends, and there's so much that we can do just to help them.
So what is it that's keeping them, and this is just one of those questions that I think is legitimate, but what's keeping them from helping themselves like any other country? Now, I know some countries are, there's other countries in the same boat,
Yes.
But they figure out and they try to engineer or they, educate other people and whatnot. But what's keeping them from being able to do this for themselves? And I'm not trying to sound like
Oh no, not by any means. Like So generally it's money. It boils down to money. I know Josh like touched base on it earlier that you can hire someone for $10 a day. But when $10 a day is what you're receiving and you have to pay your rent, buy your food, things like that. When you can buy a water pump for $200, it's always just beyond reach. So in Puerto Penasco, we found water pumps huge. They technically have access to water, but it'll come out like a drip because these pumps and basins that they need are approximately around $200. But for them, that would be like thousands of dollars for, you know, like a US citizen. It's just beyond reach. So, I mean, it boils down to that. And I know like you can't just change the system and say, oh, like just pay everyone more. It's not that simple.
Well, no, I mean,
So-
you got inflation, you got,
Right.
need and supply and demand and all that other stuff. But I think what I'm getting at is why not, okay, here's a good question, or here's what I think is a good question. How easily can they access the internet?
How easy, okay, again, it depends.
Depends,
So
right?
unless you're close, close to, they have to be close to a city center or a hospital or something like that, and then they'll have better access to internet, water, things like that. But as we know, in any other city in the world, the closer to the city center, the more expensive it is. So
Oh,
most
of
of these
course.
people,
Yeah, and the only reason I asked that is because why not look up plans on how to build a hand pump? Like, I mean, there's so many different ways around it. And I'm not trying to blame them, or I'm just thinking, outside the box, because when I have an issue, at least for me, I get desperate. And I've been in a very, especially now, for the past couple of months, desperate situation where I'm like, how do I make money? What can I do to make the money that I need?
right,
To be able to buy groceries or to be able to do whatever it is. I would technically, I would go look and see, all right, how do I make a hand pump like the Europeans did? If I can think of, if I have the understanding that they actually did that before in the past, but I don't know. But I think it's great what you guys are doing, especially Josh. Man, it's amazing out there that you guys are helping people like this, and then especially what he does with his company and what you guys are all doing together. I think it's super awesome.
Just let me know.
yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. So, I mean, what you were saying, I absolutely agree with you. And this is where we, so ingrained in our own culture, if I don't know something or I need something or I need to find a way to make it or whatever, I just Google it. It's a very American idea because everyone has a phone, everyone has the internet. You can access Wi-Fi at the McDonald's. Here, they don't always have access. So access to knowledge, access to education, access to like even knowing how to do that. Like I know we've jokingly on accident stumbled upon like we've some very American ideas and said, hey, wouldn't it be great if you had this kind of service where you could just call up a like maybe Uber. They do have Uber in Ensenada, but Puerto Penasco, they don't even know what it is. And we described it with actually calling it, but they don't understand that that technology even exists. So, I mean, I think in part just dumping money on it isn't the answer, but perhaps helping people who can educate other people is a better answer.
No, very much so. I agree. Because I mean, I'm sure that, well, I don't know, like when we moved to Europe, when he and I were in Germany, I mean, there was things that we didn't even know existed, or what to ask. We didn't know what to ask or how to ask it, right? Or how to look it up or how to word it properly. But that was before cell phones. That was before we had rampant large amounts of internet. We were running cable from floor to floor when the first Xbox came out, so we could do LAN gaming and play Halo against each other. We had cables going from first, second, third, fourth floor and going all the way around because there was no Wi-Fi.
Right.
So I understand that there's something that maybe they do or don't know, but with today's technology, I mean, people have access to almost anything, especially internet, and I'm sure most people have phones, but I guess it's, do they know the right
See,
words or things to look, how to Google and use the right words to look for how to help themselves out there. So, but
right.
as I said, I have not, it's great that there's people like all of you that have the balls to go out there and to do what you're doing, because that is so respectable and amazing. And I know my ass, I mean, obviously I'm not there. So
Come on out. Come on out.
you can
hang out with me.
the more you guys,
Then you can hang out with me.
the more you guys talk about it, the more I want to. But like I said, I have my stuff going on here, and I gotta wait till that's done. But I want to, I want to move back to Germany, and after I'm done with my probation out here, because I want to be with my son. So my son is my whole world, and he just turned 17. So he and I just had our first virtual drink together, which was awesome. So. But,
Right. It's a small.
all right. Well,
thing.
I
It's a
appreciate
small thing.
I appreciate you guys joining me. I appreciate you guys sharing all of your information.
One last thing
Everybody.
I want to say about it is like, yes, yeah, we want to provide some water pumps for some people in Puerto Banasco, but it's not just about that. It's also about creating this network of people throughout these communities, so they can help others too. So it's kind of like pay it forward,
Of course, I would hope so. That's what they would do as well. I think that, like I said, I think it's amazing. It blows my mind to know that I actually know people that are actually doing this, as opposed to seeing it like on these random videos of people are like,
Right.
oh, I'm doing this. But the best part is that you guys aren't sitting there taking these videos going, oh, look, we're giving this to them. But you do share it afterwards in a very montage, or short clip, because I mean you're doing great work. You're not looking for clout.
Great.
So
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
Uh,
Gracias.
de nada. Yeah. So, all right. From here at Lone Star Hooligans and talking to our people down in Mexico. All right. Apex Online. You're also going to be, you guys are going to be looking for project.community. All right. On TikTok, Bless Nomad. Snapchat, Apex Guy 2020. That's how you're going to find all of these people. And then what was yours again?
Project.community.
Okay, so yours is project. Okay, yours is project.community as well. Okay, or your. Okay.
That's my baby.
Okay, that's yours. All right. Project.community is hers. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. They just. All right. Well, what happened there? I guess they just. Nope. All right. I guess they just closed up. All right. Well, too easy. All right, guys. Check it out. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoy this. And I'll see you guys later. Rock on. Go Longhorns.